be a long day today. It's going to be, let me think here, it's about 310 miles. And there's no short way. All right, beautiful road here leaving Montrose, Colorado. We're headed up towards the Denver area. We want to get north of Denver tonight if we can, because tomorrow we're going to head up towards Mount Rushmore, and we like to get as far north of Denver as we can. Low to mid 50s when we left Montrose this morning. It's still a little bit chilly. Not really exactly sure what the temperature is now, but I wish I had worn some gloves. I may have to pull over here and put some on. Oh, look at that. I gotta bring Sharon out here. She would love this, even in a car. This is just beautiful. I should say that I'm still recording on the jabra hanging off the arm of my glasses today. I did flip it upside down so that the microphone is closer to my mouth. I listened to the audio last night. It was okay. I'll have to check tonight to see if it's any better. Man, these roads are so good. Beautiful condition. Man, I love these big, beautiful sweepers. Just beautiful. Wow. Look at that. Really nice. Really nice. I'm fighting sleepiness right now. I don't know what happens to me. I don't know if it's the heat, if I'm not drinking enough water. I don't know what it is, but I get really, really sleepy. I got to do stuff like that, grunt. Yeah, it's crazy. I know I should probably pull over, but we're going to be having lunch here any minute, so I'll get refreshed. They try to call Carl on the phone. So give it another try, see if I can get him. So I only got to pull over here and get something to eat. rings, but he doesn't answer. He might not hear it. He doesn't have his hearing aids in. I don't know how to, I know that he hears Helen calls, so I don't know. Whatever. Good burger at that place. It's weird. You find really good places. It was at the back of a gas station. Really good. And the best thing about it, the little store connected to it, you know, for the gas station. Best part about it was air conditioning. Really, that really helped revive me. I feel a lot better now than I did before. You know, I couldn't keep my eyes open. We picked up that BMW up there not long after lunch. We've been following him for a while. Riding pretty good. Keeping a good pace. A lot of bikes out. A lot of bikes out. Man, all these roads today have just been spectacular. Exactly the kind of roads that I love. And my riding today has really kind of made me think about my riding yesterday and the troubles that I had with the bike, which really, you know, is bad gas. You can't write that off to the bike. But it got me to thinking about how lucky I was with this bike and how utterly stupid what I'm doing is. I mean, I got on a 16-year-old bike. Okay, it had less than 20,000 miles on it. But honestly, this thing was unproven to me. I mean, I didn't know if it was going to last. I didn't really know how it was going to run. I did in April when I started test riding it. It seemed great, and it has been great. But I honestly, I couldn't have gotten luckier. I really couldn't have gotten luckier, and I couldn't have been more stupid. Planning a trip on a 16-year-old bike. I mean, really, when you think about it, it's crazy. Especially one that I hadn't ridden for 3 or 4 or 5 years. I mean, this bike was basically brand new to me when I got on it and left on what's going to be a 10,000-mile trip. But you know what? It works. It works. It's a working formula. Yeah, it's not the highest of technology or the most recent technology, but this thing is just runs nice and smooth and quiet, comfortable too. I mean, it doesn't fatigue me riding it. And this is the other thing. You know, this bike at this point is 16 years old. It's a 2002, but they basically didn't change it since 1986. So I'm basically riding a 32-year-old technology motorcycle. So the bike is, I mean, it's comfortable for long stretches. It's got a 5-gallon gas tank, and I get upwards of 50 miles a gallon. So, you know, you're looking at 200 to 250 miles before I really need to stop. And I've gotten 257 miles out of a tank of gas, and I was still going. I mean, it didn't run out of gas at 257. Not only is the seat really comfortable, this Corbin Tourmaster seat, but I've got 4 positions on this bike that I can get into. So I could change it up. You know, I could put my feet on the pegs, obviously. On the rear pegs, I just hang my heels on the rear pegs, and I can sit like that for a long time. I got the highway pegs out front, and I can stand up. So I can, even when I get uncomfortable, you know, a little bit, your butt gets sore. I mean, well, my butt doesn't really get sore. I mean, honestly, my butt doesn't really get sore. So, you know, you ride for a long time, you get stiff sitting in one position. So you just stand up, or you put your feet in a different position, and 5 minutes later, you're good to go again, like 100%. Really, I can't, this bike, you know, when it came out in 1986, I liked it better than the Goldwing. They had that 1300 six-cylinder the year before, but this made more sense to me. And it had more power at the time than the 86 Goldwing. I think this has got 97. I forget what the Goldwing was at the time. I knew back then, but I forget. It was less money. It was just as well equipped. I really like that little control panel there on the gas tank. That caught my attention immediately. I love the look of that. And so when I was looking in 2014 and saw this thing for sale, I just had to have it. I mean, completely stupid to buy a bike that, I didn't ride it. I couldn't even sit on it. I had to have Jim go ride it for me, test ride it, and we loaded it. Well, the first time the cruise control didn't work, and that was a must. But as soon as I told the guy, if you get it fixed, this is what you need to do, replace the speedometer cable. That's what I understand goes on these things. Sure enough, that's what it was. He replaced it, called me up and said, yeah, it's good to go. I didn't even test drive it. I didn't even have Jim test drive it after the thing. I just took the guy's word for it. And it's just been, this bike has been, it's been, other than bad gas, which I said you can't blame on the bike, it has been freaking bulletproof. I love the sound of it. It's just quiet. It just hums along. It's got that one spot at 65 miles an hour where there's some kind of harmonic going on. There's nothing wrong with the bike. And then you get 1 mile above 65 and same thing. It's just quiet, smooth, sounds like a sewing, that Japanese sewing machine. Oh man, I love this bike. I love this. I think it's got more luggage space than that Goldwing Carl's ride, honestly. Looking at it, I don't think he could fit what I've got on this bike on that bike. We should try it just for shits and giggles. I know we won't. We're too lazy. We're outside of Denver. I think we got maybe, I don't know how many miles to go. And mainly because we don't know where we're going. Actually, we had this discussion in the, that's what I said. We were having this discussion about where we're going to end up for the night, and I was going over the co-pilot map with on my phone with Carl, and I said, well, we go this way, and then we can if there's no traffic, we go up here, or if we decide we can take this road that runs parallel to the highway. And he basically said, don't even ask me. I'm not interested. Just tell me where I'm supposed to go. You're doing fine. I don't want to I'm just trying to include you in the decision. I don't want to be part of the decision. Just tell me where you're doing good. Just tell me where I've got to go. Okay?
We were sitting at a light outside Denver, Colorado, and Carl snuck a left-hand turn in front of traffic. There wasn't enough room for me, so I just sat until I could make the turn. And then I tried to catch up with him. I went for a few miles, and I didn't see any hide nor hair of him, so I pulled over. I sat there thinking that he'd be coming along from one direction or another, and when he didn't, I figured, well, let me see if I can reach him by telephone. So again, on the Jabra, I gave him a call. But again, no answer. So, plan B, as always, if we get separated, go back to the place where we were last together. And that's what I did.
I really thought you were coming, so I just got gas. I figured he's going to pull up to the pump. I'm done with my
I
gas.
had no
That light
clue.
cannot be that long.
I had no clue you got it. He came in for gas.
Yeah, we got to get communicators.
That's what I mean. This is
Because you
ridiculous.
called me on. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how far it's going to be. And if we want to hunt around for a hotel, I don't want to be looking for gas at the same time. Now, the reason why I pulled over here also is because we have a conundrum.
We do.
You told me that at 70 we make the decision. But we're 31 miles from 70.
Okay.
70 is prior to Denver.
Yeah, I said
Okay,
that.
so you want to make your life easy and my life easy and everybody's life easy? Let's get on, mine says get on I-70. And I say get on I-70 to bypass Denver.
Shit.
Then you know the word about rush hour. Then you know the word about rush hour. Then you know the word about rush hour.
But no.
I-70 doesn't get traffic. I-70 doesn't get traffic.
But no.
I-70 doesn't get traffic. I mean, it gets traffic, but it's not good Denver traffic.
Well, I'll get on I-70 if you want to go I-70 and take it over to...
Just to get past Denver.
I-20. Well, you're not going to get past Denver. You got to go around Denver.
No, Rich.
What? Don't get upset. Don't get upset. Here, hold this. I'm going to get out of this lady's way. You got it?
Yeah.
I tried to convince my friend that if you were on an interstate anywhere near Denver during rush hour, you were going to hit traffic. And this is where my dear friend, who 2 hours earlier had said he wanted nothing to do with the decision making, made the decision to go I-70. And we sat in Denver traffic for over an hour on one of the hottest days of the trip.
Then you know the word about rush hour. Then you know the word about rush hour. Then you know the word about rush hour.
Now, it wasn't funny on that day, and we had a bit of a spat over it, to be honest about it. But when we got to the hotel, Carl came to me and said, please, just do me a favor. I said, what's that? He said, let me buy you a beer, a nice cold beer. We made up over the beer and had a good laugh about it, as we always do. And that's why I'm including it. It's part of our story, and whenever we're together and talking about the trip, we have a good laugh about it. Plus, I get to bust Carl's nuggets a little bit. We spent the night in Loveland, Colorado, and Carl decided he was going to buy himself his own Cena first thing in the morning.